This episode of Dueling Ogres is brought to you by our fans. Click the donations banner or link in the description below to support the show. Receive a personalized thank you on air for the donation. Prepare yourselves for a battle of epic proportions between two titans. Feast upon their voices and revel in their words. This is Dueling Ogres. Hello, Ogres, and welcome to episode 174. Thank you for joining us, as always, on this kingly Tuesday evening, Earth date November 27th, 2018. Not to be confused with Ben Kingsley. That's a joke for all of you
Ben Kingsley fans?
Actor file fans of people making references to actors. Do you even know who Ben Kingsley is?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He played somebody in Harry Potter.
Yeah, he did. Don't remember who, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can't remember. He was like one of the ministers, I think.
There were a lot of people in Harry Potter.
Yes, there were.
I want to make sure that I'm thinking of the right person. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Okay.
I think he played Mundungus.
He played Gandhi.
That's appropriate. I could see that.
Yeah. He was in The Jungle Book, Shutter Island, Iron Man 3. He was the...
Iron Man suit.
Yeah, he was the Mandarin.
I'm pretty sure he was the suit.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure Tony Stark crawled inside of Ben Kingsley and took off.
Well, I don't want to alarm you, but this is really awkward. That was the best Tony
Ben
Stark.
Kingsley.
No, that was the best Tony Stark that I had.
What's your Ben Kingsley?
I don't know.
It's me, Ben Kingsley. I'm Gandhi. I'm hungry. Give me some snacks.
Can you do that voice but in a British accent because he's a British actor?
Give me some snacks.
That was spot on. It was so good.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you. At least you attempted. I'm your host, Remington Hitchcock. With me, as always, is my co-host, Brandon Full. Say hello, Brandon.
Hello, Remington.
Hello, Ben Kingsley. Sir Ben Kingsley. I'm sorry. I want to make sure I get that right.
Get it right, bitch. Man, Ben Kingsley does not fuck around.
He does not. I feel like he would probably not say, get it right, bitch.
I don't know.
I mean, he's right here. We can just ask him.
Oh, he just left.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Adieu, Sir Kingsley. Adieu.
Bon appetit. What? What does that mean? Bon appetit.
Good eating.
Good eating? Is that really?
Or good appetite.
Yeah. Are you just assuming? You're the guy who knows French.
Bon is good.
Yeah.
Appetit is like appetite.
Well, you would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it means good eating or good appetite.
Yeah.
Like enjoy.
I hope you eat all of this, because if you don't, I will smack you in the face with a baguette.
There's not a lot of direct translations.
Yeah. I feel like I'm hunching. I want to sit up straight, Brandon.
Do it.
I'm trying.
Allow yourself.
Allow myself to sit up straight. Have you been? We missed a week.
Yeah, we did. Thanksgiving stuff got in the way.
Yeah.
As per usual.
Thanksgiving. I mean, we tried to do a Thanksgiving episode, but we didn't this year.
Yeah.
So, sorry, everybody. Looking forward to that. None of you.
Yeah. None of you snapping your fingers and saying damn.
Yeah. That's not entirely true. Who was it? Eric?
Yeah.
Said he was listening to last year's one. Or somebody was.
Yeah, it was Eric.
Yeah. He was listening to it.
Last year's Thanksgiving episode was pretty good.
It was.
It was the play.
Yeah.
So go back and listen to that one instead.
Yeah.
Go back in time to Thanksgiving last week.
Yeah.
And then go back in time to listen to our Thanksgiving episode.
From last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do a double time
jump
trip. Double time jump.
Yeah. That's like double jumping in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like double Dutch, but with time.
Yeah. And not jump ropes.
Right. Although jump ropes could be involved. If you jump rope backwards, that's how you time travel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But you have to do it really fast.
Mm-hmm. Not too fast, though.
You
Only
have to get
as fast
those.
as the little 11-year-old girl's arms can spin.
I was gonna say you have to get one of those pro double Dutch 11-year-old girls. Then you have a lot of explaining to do.
While you're trying to hire
11-year-old double Dutch girls. Yeah.
See, I have an 11-year-old, so I already have a leg up.
Yeah, but she's not a pro double Dutcher.
I don't think she's ever double dutched a day in her life.
I don't know if she even knows how to use a jump rope.
She can jump rope.
I'm just saying I've never seen it, so I have no evidence.
Okay.
Yeah, not
so
saying
you're
that she
doubting
can't.
me as the father.
No, I'm just
she
saying
knows
that
how to jump rope.
no, there's no doubt. There's just no evidence. I've never seen her jump rope, nor have a jump rope, nor attempt to jump rope. So I have no evidence to support that she can indeed jump rope.
My evidence is that anybody can jump rope.
You're
jump
assuming
rope is not a difficult task.
You're
to
assuming a lot. What if she has an inability to do hand-eye coordination? I mean, that's a lot of. Well, it's more like hand-foot coordination, but
yeah,
some people don't have that kind of coordination. Brandon, you're assuming a lot.
to jump rope.
Yeah,
No, everybody in the world can jump rope.
that is woefully inaccurate, sir. And I am appalled that for the poor people out there who don't have that kind of coordination.
I'm not saying they're going to be champions at it, but you can spin a rope and fucking step over it sometimes, which is all jump roping is.
Some people cannot. Yeah, have you ever seen me jump rope?
No.
Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because I have to jump really high in the air. Like I can't just like bounce on my on the pads of my feet. Like I always have to jump really high to make sure that I clear the rope. So like from an exercise perspective, I have to be burning at least twice the calories because
Yeah.
I'm jumping like a crazy man.
So you can jump rope though.
I can.
You just can't jump rope well.
Right. Or I'm jump roping better than any other jump roper.
I think you just made my point for me. Thank
Because I'm expending more energy. Well, so now you're saying that if anybody couldn't jump rope, it would be me?
Yes. And because you can jump rope,
You son of a bitch.
A equals B, B equals C, A equals C. C is Remington jump roping.
Uh-huh.
That's my algebraic equation for the day.
That's
Let's write that down.
just don't put any squares on it. I'm big enough. So what have you been up to the past couple of weeks?
I did Thanksgiving stuff, which
Yeah?
was cool.
Yeah.
Got to see my family, as most people do on Thanksgiving, I suppose, or
Yeah.
most people try to do.
Yeah. People who still have families to see.
Yeah.
Got a little dark side.
Yeah, really. People who still have families to see.
Except for Batman, because his family's dead.
This turkey's so much for just one person.
Why
did I make the whole turkey?
I could help you, sir. Alfred, get out of here. I'm gonna eat my Thanksgiving dinner alone in solitude with my bats.
Squeak, squeak. This is great.
Go, Alfred! Go! So, would you like me to invite Master Dick over? No! No, he's a wuss. I hate him.
Just mashed potatoes flying out of his mouth as he yells this. He's like squirting gravy from his belt.
He's busy doing Young Justice.
I made a gravy belt.
I told him never to shoot anybody, and he did.
He said, fuck me.
He did. He said, no, I'm alone. These sweet potatoes are delicious, Alfred.
Da, 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 da. So yeah, I did not see Batman on Thanksgiving.
A Thanksgiving with Bruce.
We normally go to my grandparents. My grandparents are very old.
Yeah.
So we didn't go there this year. They just weren't feeling up to having people over. They ended up going to a different family member's house.
Yeah.
So it was more of a small Thanksgiving. I saw my sister, my nieces, nephews,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Wasn't bad.
There's still a lot of full clans.
Oh no, there was quite a few. I saw my younger brother too.
Yeah.
There was still a good 12 people there. So
Yeah. Because you guys, I mean, your personal family is quite large.
yeah.
You've got, you're the middle child.
I'm the middle boy.
You're the middle boy, yes. So you've got an older brother, an older sister. There's you, and then you have two younger sisters and the youngest brother.
Correct.
Yes. So quite a large family.
And then I have 3 nieces and 3 nephews.
Right. And let's see here. So your oldest brother, his wife, and their child,
Mm-hmm.
and they just have the one, correct?
Correct.
And then the
Oldest sister has 2 daughters.
oh, does she?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Were they there?
No.
Okay.
No, I was just naming the amount of people in my
Right.
family, not who I saw.
Yeah. They still live in Australia?
Yeah.
Okay. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. I've never sat down and really thought it out. That's interesting.
What, my family?
Yeah. I just have it's just me and my sister primarily.
Yeah.
And I've got a half brother and a half sister who I don't see very often. So, and they have their own little families that they're starting. So I mean, I guess it was still not a full clan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still not a full house.
It's definitely cool having God.
Yeah, I know.
That's the
I'm
first
sorry.
time I've heard that joke ever.
Yeah.
It's definitely cool going somewhere and having that many people. It feels like they have your back.
Yeah.
So there's always a bunch of people at every family gathering.
Yeah.
Like when we all go over to my grandparents' say for Christmas, whenever they're feeling up to it,
Right.
it's like we roll in like a military.
Yeah.
There's so many of us. We take over a room of the house where we all eat and talk to one another and avoid talking to the rest of the family for whatever reason. I think my family's stuck up.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
You're like the only ones who live in Vienna, right? Apart from Grandma and Grandpa?
No, most of my family lives in Vienna.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad's side of the family,
they live in the boonies.
Yeah, they live out in the
But they're
boonies.
rich.
Yeah?
They own like cattle farms and stuff.
Huge tracts of land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are, to my dad's side of the family, we're the poor family.
Oh, okay.
To my mom's side of the family, we're like pretty well off, but we're not like the rich family, but we're considered pretty well off.
Yeah.
So we sort of sit in the middle there.
Huh. That's a weird dichotomy to have.
Yeah, it is.
You to me, it would all just be family.
No.
We're all just family.
The Fulls have a weird streak to them. My mom's side, I'm not sure about, but the Full side, we are a weird family. Extended and otherwise.
Yeah.
But yeah, my favorite thing about Thanksgiving is how quickly it's over.
Yeah.
You go there, you see your family, you eat, you're done, home by 3.
Yeah. Well, for you.
Yeah.
I had 2 Thanksgivings to go to. My sister decided that she was going to have Thanksgiving at her house, but her youngest's birthday fell on Thanksgiving this year, on the Thursday.
Oh, okay.
For anybody who is not in the States and listening, Thanksgiving is the 3rd Thursday in November.
Yes.
In the States. So it's not a date, it is a day that we celebrate Thanksgiving. So his birthday happened to fall on that this year, so she decided that she was going to just have it on Saturday. So everybody could do whatever other Thanksgiving stuff they were going to do, and we would have his birthday / Thanksgiving on Saturday.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So we had to go out to Ginger's mom's and then Ginger's dad's. And they, for whatever reason, decided to put their Thanksgivings pretty close together in times. So it was like 4 o'clock and then like 6 o'clock. So like really close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of a pain, but I ended up being out until like 9 o'clock that night. 8 o'clock. I think we made it home at 8 o'clock, and I was going to have you come over and we were going to stream and play some video games and stuff, and it just didn't happen because it took forever for me to get home.
Yeah, you had hinted even that we were going to do a live episode.
Yeah.
Which I was all up for, but, things happen.
Yeah.
Things get in the way.
Yeah, so, but whatever. We're here now, and that's all that matters.
We're back.
Guess who's back? Back again. Ogres back. Tell a friend. No?
No, I'm not even going to acknowledge that.
Not a big Eminem, Slim Shady.
If I knew the words, I would bust into it right now, but I don't know any other words to that song.
Oh, well, like we discussed earlier, that's really all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets the point across.
Exactly. Showing our age.
I remember Slim Shady.
Yeah.
The real one. He stood up.
He did stand up. And then he walked 8 miles or something like that. I don't know.
Something about spaghetti.
Yeah.
And then he threw up on himself.
I completely lost track of I completely lost track of where we were and all semblance of how to speak.
Yeah, you were about to say something and then you started quoting Eminem.
Yeah. So we have returned. That's the point of this.
Yes.
We're back. Oh, I remember now. I want to play around with setting up for us to stream. Like a setup for us to stream.
Like the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, just we'd take 10 minutes and just kind of figure out a position for the camera and where we want to sit and how the mics will go.
Can I sit on your lap?
Yes.
Okay.
But for the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Brandon, you have continued to lose weight, but you're still a grown-ass man.
I'll curl myself up like a little pine cone.
So I'm not saying that I couldn't hold you on my lap for a short period of time, but not for like the 2.5 hours that it takes us to record an episode.
What about this? I put on a full green morph suit.
Uh-huh.
Except for my head.
A gimp suit.
Not a gimp suit, a morph suit.
No, a gimp suit.
So it looks like with the green screen, I'm just a floating head. Then it relieves the weight from your lap because I'm just a floating head sitting beside you, nuzzling into your neck softly.
I don't...
Getting my beard stuck in your beard like Velcro.
Movie magic doesn't work that way. Also, I'm pretty sure you would still block my body. It's not like you disappear.
Damn.
Like, there's gotta be... It's not like the camera can see through you just because you're wearing green. It doesn't work that way.
It would see through me, though.
No, it wouldn't. It doesn't see through you. It's the post-production that sees through you. So I'd have to, like, put in a still shot of my body. I'd have to rotoscope everything out, and I can't do that live.
It would just take a little extra work.
You're a madman. You have no idea how video works.
You stream and it green screens live.
Yes.
So if I wore a green morph suit,
but
it would still show up on camera as me being a floating head.
Yes, you would be a floating head, yes. But whatever
Thank you.
Background, it wouldn't, like, you would block me entirely. It would be like I'm wearing green if you were on my lap, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, I got you.
Okay. I don't want to be a floating head. So if you want to sit beside of me in the green chair with a green gimp suit on so you can be a floating head, I'm down for that.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, cool.
I've been looking for a reason to wear my morph suit.
Yeah. I'm also never going to call it a morph suit. It's always going to be a gimp suit.
A gimp suit's like leather straps and stuff, though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm going to put you in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it going to be green at least, or?
Will be when I'm done with it. I don't even know.
Yeah, I was going to say, what does that mean? I don't know.
It doesn't mean anything. So you want to get started with stories?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's roll out. Autobots, roll out.
I don't watch Transformers, so.
Speaking of, there's a new Transformers Bumblebee movie.
Yeah.
And I think they've released 2 trailers now. And one, you actually get to see Optimus Prime speaking to Bumblebee.
I just don't care about Transformers at all.
Yeah, I know you don't. Kevin does.
Yeah.
But he's not here. So I guess we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, we can trash talk Transformers.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I'm a car, now I'm a walking man. Oh, cool.
Oh, look at me, I'm a robot. I'm a sentient robot from a sentient robot land.
Where's my gun?
Sentient robot planet.
Roll down my windshield.
Oh, there it is.
I think we just wrote a better Transformers movie.
There you go. Sorry, everybody who likes Transformers. Sorry to shit on your childhood.
I was Ninja Turtles. Transformers was right before my time. It was Ninja Turtles for me.
Yeah. If you want to shit on Ninja Turtles, you can.
Me?
No. Just other people if they're hurt by the fact that we were shitting on Transformers.
Absolutely not. If you shit on Ninja Turtles, listenership over.
Yeah.
We revoke your rights.
Yeah, you won't be able to listen to us anymore. We will find you and we will blacklist your IP address.
We'll talk to your internet service provider.
Yeah. We'll block all of your DNS entries.
Hey, Rem.
Yeah?
We probably shouldn't do that. I've seen the numbers. We need the listeners.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You can trash talk Ninja Turtles. It's fine.
So what do you got?
You want me to go first?
Bring the pain, Brandon.
Remington, do you like your tongue stained colors?
Sometimes.
Do you like Rugrats?
I do.
Do you remember the Reptar bars from Rugrats?
Yeah, that turn your tongue green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They are coming back this holiday.
Hell yeah.
They were around last Christmas, and they were green.
Yeah.
This Christmas, they are making them blue.
But Reptar isn't blue. Reptar's green.
It's blue this year for the holidays, I guess.
Blue isn't a holiday color. What?
I don't know. That was their decision. They're coming back as holiday-themed Reptar bars that turn your tongue blue instead of green.
I don't understand.
Snow is blue. Ice is blue.
I don't know. Snow is white. Ice is opaque at best, and white if it's cloudy.
Have you ever seen a glacier? Blue.
Glaciers are not inherently blue. They're mostly white unless you're looking deeply into them.
I stare deeply into glaciers. It's one of my 3 hobbies.
Yes. Staring deeply and intently into the longing eyes of a glacier. Why are we looking at each other like this?
I don't know. Because you're my little glacier.
No. You.
So, yeah, I never liked Rugrats.
Yeah?
I couldn't get behind it.
Couldn't get behind Rugrats?
Yeah.
You just turned on the television one day. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. I just can't get behind this.
I don't like this.
I don't like children. I don't like talking children. I don't like adults who can't understand they're talking children.
They were just so gross. Like, the art style was gross. The way they made Tommy's diaper look like it was always full of shit was disgusting.
Yeah.
The way he had, like, one tooth.
Yeah.
And they would show close-ups of his mouth with, like, the spit and the gums and only one tooth. Ugh. I didn't like it. I thought Angelica sucked.
Yeah, she did.
Reptar was boring.
Yeah, but that's fair.
Yeah.
Man, you're right. Rugrats was awful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Reptar bars. And that's my story.
That was a good one. That's a good story, Brandon. Speaking of holidays, I guess the people who brought us Deadpool are bringing us Deadpool again, only this time PG-13.
Yeah, wasn't there a story we talked about when Deadpool first came out where there was a mom who tried to get a petition to get a PG-13 version of Deadpool?
Yeah, I think so. Or something like that. Or she wanted them to make it PG-13 so her child could go see it or something like that. Yeah. So I guess she's getting her wish. Dreams do come true, mom with a child who she doesn't want to see an R-rated film.
Just take your kid to the R-rated film.
Yeah, like Deadpool is a fucking assassin. He kills people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he do.
So I'm curious, we watched the trailer for Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yes.
And it shows very little.
Yes.
There's lots of him interacting with people. Do you know anything about this movie?
No.
Did they shoot new stuff, or is this just a re-edited?
I have no knowledge of what they are doing except for the fact that they shot a trailer featuring Fred Savage in the same mock-up room that he was in The Princess Bride.
Oh, is that what that was supposed to be?
Yes, okay. Where the grandfather is reading the Princess Bride tale to the young boy Fred Savage.
Man, Fred Savage probably got a pretty sweet check for not doing a whole lot in that movie.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Because, I mean, it was primarily the Princess Bride story, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then it would occasionally cut back to him, and he was like, what a great story, Grandpa.
Well, no, he was like, oh, no, they're kissing again, blah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
He's
then
just counting his money under the blanket.
Yeah, exactly.
Buying muscle men with him.
Yeah. Or Stretch Armstrongs because their arms stretch to next week. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And he was, that was right around the Wonder Years times as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had done 1 or 2 other movies since then, too.
Fred Savage was pretty big for a while.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was the child actor extraordinaire. And seems to be one of the child actors who didn't really, I don't remember a whole lot of shit hitting the fan with him.
Yeah, like he didn't go through a drug phase or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he did. But if he did, it wasn't so bad that, everybody needed to know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then his younger brother
played Corey on...
Yeah, on Boy Meets World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And his name...
Randy Savage.
Listen here, Topanga. I'm gonna go over to Mr. Feeney's office and I'm gonna put him in a chokehold that he has never seen the lights of, and he will never see the light of day again once I put him through this table. Ooh.
I like that Randy Savage did that voice and decided, like, yeah, that's the one. That's the one for me.
Ooh.
Randy, have you picked a voice yet?
I have. What do you think?
Are
you sure you want to go with that one, honey? Listen here, Elizabeth. I don't need your lip. See, it's very threatening and slightly crazy.
Sounds constipated.
I constantly have to poop, but it's never coming out.
But no, I can't remember what his younger brother's name was.
Yeah.
Fred Savage and...
Fred Savage's little brother.
Other Savage.
Yeah, Other Savage.
Savage-lit.
Adam Savage.
Yeah, Fred Savage.
Yeah, he became a Mythbuster, remember?
He was in Little Monsters around that same time.
Yeah, with Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird movie.
That movie does not hold up. That movie's fucking weird to watch now.
Is it?
Howie Mandel is insufferable.
Yeah. I think I started to watch a bit of it, but I was on my way out or something. I don't remember. I want to watch it again. I need to find that. Of course, Ginger doesn't work for our service provider anymore, so I can go download it illegally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what you should do.
Yeah, maybe I will.
If you lose your
or maybe I won't
service,
DMCA.
Getting flagged for downloading Little Monsters, that would be fantastic.
It would be. That's okay. It's a bill that I can't pay right now, so.
It's like when I got flagged for downloading Full House.
Well, to be fair, that was about the same time that they were bringing back Full House.
Yeah.
Anyway, Deadpool.
Yes.
Deadpool PG-13. So something you can take your children to if they're 13 and older.
Is it something you're interested in seeing?
Oh, I mean, no. I've seen the rated R version. I don't need to see a PG-13 version of it.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're going to throw a lot of new stuff and jokes in there, I'd like to maybe see it for that, but I won't go to the theater for it.
It would be funny if they made the censorship part of the joke.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. If
that's the case, I would watch the PG-13 version.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Like, the movie is in on the joke that it's censoring itself.
Yeah. Like any new scenes that they've shot are just calling out the fact that they are censored.
Or blanking out cuss words with squeaky bunny noises or something.
Yeah, like rubber duckies.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't do the rubber ducky. I used to be able to do a good rubber ducky. Now I can't anymore.
It's all part of getting older, Remington.
Yeah.
You lose your voices.
Yeah, the farther down my testicles go. You know, when you're old, your testicles sink.
Yeah.
Penis starts pulling up and your balls start shrinking down.
Well, time of death for this podcast was, what, 24 minutes in? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Before we got to the penis jokes, the robots are laughing again now.
Old testicles.
What do you got? I like how we don't have a whole lot of segue.
No,
we're just barreling through.
It's just like when we've been gone for a week, you know?
Yeah.
We're back to it.
Although I kind of feel like we're a little more on key than we usually are.
Yeah. We try to do segues. I try to make jokes. You try to make interesting stories. Let's just skip all that. Let's just read these stories straight.
Yeah. We'll be the straight men. We'll rename the podcast
The Straight Men.
The Straight Men. Not to be confused with the not straight men. The curvy men? I still got some curves.
Yeah, you do. You're pretty curvy. You're like a Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, thank you.
They have the straight man and then the funny guy.
Yeah.
So the funny guys.
Yeah.
Would be the other podcast.
Okay. For the record, I was never a big fan of Marilyn Monroe.
Really?
Yeah, I was always a who's the other chick around that time?
Betty Page?
No. Betty Page was more the risque thing.
Randy Savage.
Yeah, I was always Audrey Hepburn. I always liked her better.
Yeah.
Than Marilyn Monroe.
That's sexist, Remington.
I know. I don't know what it is. I think it's her eyebrows. I always liked those real thick eyebrows. Made her face look different.
Yeah.
Different in a good way.
Yeah.
It was like very...
Like two sexy caterpillars.
Yeah.
Crawling across her face to meet in the middle and give a little smooch.
Yeah, fantastic.
A little consensual smooch.
Yeah.
So what do I have, Remington?
Yeah.
After we've talked about Marilyn Monroe and Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah.
We lost some of the last episode we did.
Yes, we did. I apologize for that. I think we took a break and I paused it or something. And I forgot that I paused it. I think that's what happened.
Okay.
I think you were spot on that. I genuinely do not remember, but I think that's what happened.
Okay. So I brought this story, so this isn't news to you, but it's been long enough that maybe it is news to you again.
Yeah.
Disney Plus, which is Disney's own streaming service, is launching in late 2019.
Yes.
And it's going to have shows such as The Mandalorian and The Clone Wars Season 7.
Right.
They're also working on shows or movies based off of the properties of The Mighty Ducks, Monsters, Inc., The Muppets, Don Quixote, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and there reportedly won't be any R-rated shows or movies on the channel.
Yes, I remember us talking specifically about that. We didn't really touch on like the properties that they're bringing to it.
Yeah.
I think we touched more on the PG rating of it all. And how that made sense because it's Disney and they tend to be squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Ish.
I don't know. I mean, if they bring, like the rumors suggest, if they bring Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and some of those shows over to their streaming network, those shows are pretty dark. This kind of lends, if this rumor is true, because this is a rumor about the no R-rated stuff.
Right.
I wonder how we'll go for TV with being mature rated. Whether a TV MA is the same as an R rating to them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we might see those shows. Well, there was no proof that they were bringing those over to the streaming network, though.
No, that's just a rumor.
Yeah, that was
But this lends credence to that rumor being false.
Or they could be retooling those shows to be a little more family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do have, I'm trying to think, like, they've got some Disney XD stuff that's, geared more toward teens that can, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some of the ones that I've seen. The only thing I can really think of, though, is like the where they're showing the different streamers. I think that's Freddie Wong handles that.
What is it?
You remember? Do you remember who Freddie Wong is?
The name sounds super familiar. He was a YouTuber.
Yeah, he was a YouTuber. Rocket Jump.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, if I am not mistaken, his company heads up this part of Disney XD where they show, it's basically a compilation of different streamers like Jacksepticeye and a huge list of a bunch of other ones. And they just show clips of them playing their different games. And it's just a compilation clip show.
Oh, okay.
But, Jack specifically is very keen on cursing, so they have to bleep all of that stuff out. But it's still, it's still there.
So they show it on Disney XD, it's just bleeped out?
Yeah. And then for the most part, they show a little bit of blood, for some of the games that, have it.
Yeah.
And then they also have another one that's a little more family friendly with another YouTuber who has his own show, Parker Plays. I had never heard of him before this show, but I believe Freddie directs and produces that as well. So, but those are a little more young teen, mid-teen oriented.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess I can't really think of any specific shows that are. I think the weirdest one that I've seen is, I think it's Andy Mack. And the first season was her finding out that her quote-unquote sister was actually her mom, that her older sister was actually her mom.
Is it a drama show?
Yeah, it's kind of a drama, a teen drama. It's not like the weird over-the-top comedy that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, her mom had her when she was a young teen, and her grandmother was basically raising both of them, and they kept it a secret that it was her quote-unquote older sister was actually her mom until they find out toward the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys have Disney on pretty much all the time when I'm over.
Yeah, it's one of the channels that Ginger likes to just kind of leave on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I was always more of a Cartoon Network kind of guy myself.
Yeah.
We have The Amazing World of Gumball on frequently as well. That's what they tend to play throughout the afternoon.
On Cartoon Network?
On Cartoon Network, yeah. Which that was a show that was really weird. I didn't like it first, but it really grew on me. And it has a couple of really good episodes that are tug at your heartstring kind of deals. Yeah. So I don't know. To pull it back into the Disney thing, it would be interesting for them to bring those Marvel properties over to that streaming network. Although I would almost say there's enough out there that Marvel could just do their own.
Yeah, but Disney owns Marvel.
Right, but that's why I'm saying have a separate one that's, there's still like a little bit of the crossover. Like they can have the Spider-Man series on the Disney app and then the Spider-Man series that Disney does on their channel on the Marvel app, and just, two birds with one stone.
Just double dip pretty much.
Yeah, essentially.
Because I know I've heard that the Avengers...
Or give like a discount, like if you get both apps, say, not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Say the Disney app runs you $5 a month, and they do a Marvel one, and it runs you $5 a month. Well, you can get the Disney one and the Marvel one packaged for $7.50. So $2.50 for the Marvel app. And then you get all of your Marvel content. You can watch any of the movies on demand. That would be cool for $2.50 a month.
Yeah.
And keep your Disney stuff as well.
I loved it. The way you were pitching this, you were sitting like a mogul. Like you needed a cigar in one hand. You were like, because you got the 5 and the 5 and the $7.50. Yeah, they'll eat it up.
Yeah. They'll be all over it. It's not the same as a cigar.
No, it doesn't.
You hear this like mechanical gurgle. Yeah. Vaping is not the same.
Is the Disney app something you're interested in?
No. I mean, we have Disney. So, and we don't watch all of the shows on there.
I don't know. I'm kind of interested in it, especially for The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
If they launch with a strong roster, I think I'll check it out.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's late 2019, so I hope that in late 2019, I'm in a place financially where I can afford to get Disney streaming once a month without it hurting me financially.
Well, apparently Netflix is also dipping into this animated series pool, trying to kind of go up against Disney and Universal Illumination.
Damn you, Netflix.
Yeah. And they have purchased up a bunch of Roald Dahl's properties, and which I couldn't remember. This is a small aside. I couldn't remember how to say his name. So I went on an internet search before we started to look it up. And apparently, because he is Norwegian, you do not pronounce the D at the end. So it's not Roald Dahl or Roald Dahl. It's Roald Dahl. Yeah.
I always pronounce it Roald.
Yeah.
Roald Dahl.
And apparently they just never cared, like the Dahl family. They never really cared. They're like, whatever. They didn't.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
I know. That wasn't Swedish.
That was a fantastic Swedish.
Sweep it under the rug.
Norwegian, for the record.
It's all the same.
What is that? What do they call Scandinavian?
Yeah,
there we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Scandinavian areas. But anyway, Netflix is announcing new animated adaptations of Roald Dahl's properties like Willy Wonka, Matilda, the BFG. The full list is pretty exhaustive of Mr. Dahl's works. We got both versions of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator.
Okay, so the first one and the sequel.
Yeah. Matilda, the BFG, the Twits, George's Marvelous Medicine, Boy: Tales of Childhood, Going Solo, The Enormous Crocodile. What?
I just want to stop real quick there. Boy: Tales of Childhood. When you say colon, you mean an actual colon.
Yeah.
It's not boy : Tales of Childhood. I just wanted to make sure, for my own sake here, that this isn't a story about a boy's colon.
Fair. The Giraffe and the Pelly and Me, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar and Six More, Billy and the Min Pins, The Magic Finger, SEO Trot. I've never read that one. I've heard of some of these. I have not heard of all of them.
The Magic Finger,
SEO Trot, Dirty Beasts, and Rhyme Stew. They are apparently going to start both event series and specials, so they're not all going to be, long-running events.
Yeah.
They're just going to be, they might be multiple episode things, but they're going to be like a mini-series. And production is scheduled to start in 2019. Real quick, I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can't, but there is a siren going off, just an air raid siren that they test every once in a while, so apologies for that. Anyway.
if they do the shows anything like they handled A Series of Unfortunate Events,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Because did you see A Series of Unfortunate Events?
I didn't. I still don't have Netflix. I still don't have a reason to have Netflix.
Yeah.
So depending on how long I continue to be jobless, we might have to go Netflix. Ginger might just have to suck it up and we'll have to watch other things in other ways.
Yeah.
Because that friggin' cable bill is expensive. It's like $200 a month.
Holy crap.
Ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
We guys have like all the channels, don't you?
Raked against the coals. We have a few extras, yeah. But even if we didn't, I think we'd still be in the $130 range. $130, $150 if we just had like basic, and then I think we have mid-tier cable. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't remember exactly what we have. All I know is it's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, A Series of Unfortunate Events was done really well. The way they handled the source material, the way they did the characters, just all of it was really well done.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they take this same tack, and especially with something like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which I wasn't a fan of the first movie.
Really? Were you not?
I don't dislike it. I've seen it a couple times and I'm like, I've seen it. It's not a bad movie at all.
Yeah.
But it's not one of those movies it's like, oh, this was my childhood. I love this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you not see it until you were like a young adult?
I don't even remember when I first saw it.
Okay.
But I probably didn't pay attention to it.
Gotcha.
When I first saw it. But yeah, I bet that property could be done very well as a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. And that would definitely be like a longer running series, I would figure, or a shorter series.
Have you ever read any books by Roald Dahl?
Roald Dahl?
Roald Dahl?
No, I have never actually read any of the books.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah. They do mention some of in this article from The Verge, some of the titles that are missing, such as The Witches, which saw a 1990 film adaptation that had Angelica Houston in it as the main witch, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that was a real creepy, weird movie. I liked it a lot. I believe that was the movie where the witches didn't have toes, and that's how you knew that they were witches.
They didn't have toes?
Yeah, they didn't have toes.
They just had like sock feet?
It's just, little stumpy feet.
Weird.
Without toes, yeah.
That would be implausible to walk.
Yeah, it would be. It would be completely undoable. Your toes give you balance, for those of you who don't know. Fantastic Mr. Fox and James and the Giant Peach, all three are missing from these works. Apparently, The Witches has a remake currently in the works, and that is reportedly set to be directed by Robert Zemeckis. Fantastic Mr. Fox and James and the Giant Peach also have already been adapted into films and may still be contracted out in ways that pose rights issues, although that's largely speculation, according to this article.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sick of remakes yet?
I mean, we've got one more that we're going to go over.
That's why I ask as a lead-in to this next one, too.
Right. I don't really know. I mean, I don't really have a problem per se with remakes, except for the fact that we're really missing a lot of other good cinema that comes out just because people are still trying to cash in on the nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think Donald Glover and somebody else has a little movie trailer that they released. And here I am. I'm talking about these remakes because that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing that'll get me clicks. Like, I don't want to say that I'm selling out because I do want to talk about these. And I don't really have, from what little bit that I saw of the Donald Glover movie, I wasn't really particularly interested in it. So, I mean, I'll talk about something that I'm interested in. But it just happens to be that I'm also on this nostalgia train where I'm talking about these remakes.
Yeah, and people want to hear about it because people want to talk about these remakes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
We got to chase that sweet SEO.
Yeah. See, now we've circled back to making it sound like we sold out.
We did sell out.
But we didn't, because I want to talk about these remakes.
We sold out whenever we started putting ads at the beginning of our episodes.
Listen.
And that was forever ago.
That was a myriad of episodes ago.
When we first had Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Or Dark Souls 2, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, I think it was Dark Souls 2.
Because I remember this is brought to you by Dark Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2.
Really cracked me up. So do you want me to hit a story, or do you want to go into your remake?
No, go ahead. We'll hit the remake afterward, even if there isn't a good segue for it.
I guess I'll go ahead and stick with movies here.
Okay.
The Joker movie that we've talked about with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
There was a movie synopsis released for it. And it gives details about class warfare led between Arthur Fleck, who is Joaquin Phoenix's character,
Right.
and Thomas Wayne.
Ah.
And it is considered a, quote, gritty character study and a broader cautionary tale, is how it's described.
Interesting.
So it looks like it's going to be, from the article I read and the description of the movie, it drew a lot of parallels to Trump's America Now.
Yeah.
And the way that class warfare works now versus Arthur Fleck and Thomas Wayne, which is interesting to see how they're involving Batman in this.
Yeah.
Like, Batman, I doubt, is going to be in this movie at all. Well, no, he wouldn't be because Thomas Wayne's still alive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Joker apparently is very old when Batman starts coming after him in this universe.
I guess. That would be weird. I mean, there is the storyline that the Joker is responsible for the Wayne's deaths when he's a younger lad.
Yeah.
Like, considerably younger, though. Like, I think they bill him as maybe in his 20s, but I think he's really supposed to be in his, like, teens, 17, 18, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is, like, in his 50s, I think.
Yeah. It's like the old Joker. Nobody.
Yeah.
It's like the Waynes get killed, and this Joker just, fades into obscurity, and then somebody, like, comes along and revamps the Joker and takes him to the next degree.
Which is a possibility. I mean, maybe that's something they'll do with this movie.
Yeah.
Although they've said that it's not really tied into the bigger...
Yeah, the theme, the bigger storyline.
It's kind of just its own self-contained story about the Joker.
Yeah. I'm
pretty far behind this movie now.
Yeah.
Or pretty close to behind this movie. Whichever turn of phrase sounds better. I'm behind this
You're
movie.
on board. I'm more on board.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the words that you want.
Them's good words.
Them's good words, Makinz.
Yeah, everything I've seen about it, all of the like clips I've seen so far, because there's been some leaked clips of him leading like a mob on the subway and they're all wearing clown masks.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about... There is a part of me that does not want to watch a movie going into it knowing that there is this overtone of like what we're going through right now as a society or whatever. Like, I know that movies are out there that do that, and some of them are like it becomes very apparent that that's what they're doing, that they're making these allusions to real life.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with it to a certain extent. So I guess going into it knowing, though, is almost a turnoff for me.
I mean, art imitates life.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I go into something blindly, not knowing that it's going to, for lack of a better term, be preachy at me about real life, try to teach me a real life lesson, then I'm usually cool with it. But if I go into it knowing, there's this, overtone of, like you said, Trump's America or what we're doing right now, or the socio-political divide or the classist divide that we have going, it's like a turn off for me. Normally,
I'm kind of in the same boat. That I feel like when you go in and a movie's going to preach at you, it makes it a little eye-rolly, at least for me. Because I'm like, okay, this movie, I get the point. I know what you're trying to say, movie. I'm right there with you, but I didn't really need somebody to sit and tell me this for 2.5 fucking hours.
Right, yeah.
But the fact that they've tied in the Joker to it somehow, that's what really has me morbidly curious about how this is going to work.
Yeah.
And how they're going to have Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
Because there was the rumor for a while that we reported on, and then even before the episode came out was proven false, was that
Alec Baldwin
was going to play Thomas
Wayne.
Wayne.
He was offered it and took it and then decided not to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, you remember the description of Thomas Wayne that we thought was weird?
Yeah.
He was like a schmoozy older guy, kind of a smart ass, kind of a sleazy guy.
Yeah.
It makes sense now that that's what they're trying to do with it.
Yeah.
Make the Joker, because the Joker's the titular character, they have to make him likable. He has to be
the everyman.
So I don't know. I think this is a movie I'll see in theaters.
Yeah.
It's not out for quite a while, but I think it's one I'll go see in theaters.
Interesting. I still am split on it, I guess. It would be interesting just to watch for the sake of watching it because it's a standalone Joker movie.
Yeah.
More than anything.
I just hope he becomes a Joker pretty early on. That's going to be the death knell for me, is if I have to wait like fucking an hour and a half before he actually starts to become the Joker, I'm done. Like, I don't want to see a movie about his shitty life for an hour and a half before he's like, oh, maybe I'll be a clown now.
Yeah. Smile, darn ya, smile. You know the whole world is a great world after all. Smile, darn ya, smile. It's from Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, I know you didn't. This blank stare from Brandon is like, I don't know what you're singing. I don't know what you're trying to reference. Can you please move on? Continuing on with movies and remakes and all of that, touching back, getting back on it.
Get back on it. What do we got?
The Lion King. So before we started, we kind of watched it was a side-by-side of the original Lion King animated movie from, what was it, 1995, I think?
I think so.
And then the CGI / quote-unquote live-action remake. Apparently Jon Favreau is heading this up. He's the one who also directed Jungle Book.
Okay.
The new Jungle Book. And the trailer itself is very nearly a shot-for-shot remake of the original trailer.
Yeah, it is.
And, of course, there are minor, I guess, changes. For instance, Rafiki is kind of the big deal on those who are more astute. Rafiki in the original animated series is billed as a baboon, but he's not a baboon. He's a mandrill.
Okay.
And he has this long tail. Mandrills don't have long tails.
They don't have tails at all, do they?
It's like a little nubbin.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, basically they don't have a tail. It's just a little nubbin that covers their bunghole, I would assume. Just in case it gets cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he holds Simba up on Pride Rock, in the original, Rafiki is like fully outstretched. He's much more humanoid, in that he has this range of motion that a primate just doesn't really have.
Yeah.
So the new one is a little more realistic. He's still squatting when he holds Simba up. It's a little more awkward looking. So it's a little more true to life. A couple of other just minor little things. Instead of breaking open a fruit and wiping fruit juice on his head, he crushes this like red root and uses the dust from this red root to do it. So don't know if that's, something that's a little more true to the plains of Africa or not.
I would guess so.
Yeah, I mean, that would be my assumption as well. But all in all, it was, like I said, a shot-for-shot remake of the trailer. So it's very interesting. We have the voiceover from James Earl Jones.
Yeah, who's still doing Mufasa.
Yeah. And I don't know if they straight up used the original dub for the trailer or if he redid the dub. I don't know for sure. But we don't actually see any of the characters speaking. So it's just this overdub.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. In either of them, really. So I will I'll see if I can't actually link the side-by-side up as well. It was very interesting to watch, to see just the minor. Now, one of the articles that I kind of sourced this with was talking about these changes, and they said that in their estimation, that this newer quote-unquote live action version, or this more realistic version, lacks the feel, the emotional weight of the original. And I can't get behind that argument, because the scene itself for this particular trailer is set through the musical swells and the voiceover of James Earl Jones. Everything, I mean, there are a couple of like nuanced shots that are missing because animals can't make like these humanized faces that they can make when they're animated, but there wasn't really that many of them there to begin with.
No, the animated version made the animals look very true to life.
Yeah.
Outside of like Rafiki.
Yeah.
And the little baby lion.
Yeah. So I think that the argument there is a little tenuous at best.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed The Lion King when I grew up. It'll be interesting to see like Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
That's kind of where the handling of this movie is going to separate for me.
Because they do the same songs, right?
I would assume. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a musical. I mean, I think it's supposed to be just a straight up remake.
Yeah, I mean, Beauty and the Beast had all the songs in it.
Yeah. So, but Beauty and the Beast is a little more, I mean, you've got humans and you've got computer generated pots and pans. So there's going to be a cartoony aspect to it.
Yeah.
Period.
The budget for this movie has to be crazy.
Oh, I'm
with
sure.
how good the CGI looks, though.
I'm sure.
I mean, it looks CGI-y. It's not, isn't past that uncanny valley yet, especially with animals, but it still looks really good.
That was the other part of that argument, is they said that it was so close to the uncanny valley that the animals aren't conveying the same kind of emotion that they could in an animated setting. Yeah, and I just don't agree with that, because there wasn't that much to show.
I don't know, man. Disney does a very good job at portraying emotions through faces.
Yeah, they do. And I'm not saying that we won't still see that in this movie. I'm just saying that this article that I'm sourcing, who said that it wasn't there, is not correct.
I think that's somebody looking through nostalgia glasses.
Yeah, it has to be.
I wasn't impressed with the trailer, honestly.
Oh, yeah?
Just because it was such a shot-for-shot remake of the original.
Yeah.
I just don't see the reason.
When I first saw, because I just watched the trailer, and I was like, wait a minute. This is just a shot-for-shot remake of the original trailer.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in the same boat in that regard. It'll definitely be interesting to see the set pieces, or like, you know, when we go into Scar's cave, and the idea that it's not going to be Jammy Irons.
Yeah, that'll be weird.
Doing the voice of Scar. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. You know, are we going to have, what was the toucan's name?
Zazu.
Zazu, yeah. And that was played by Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. Yeah. So, I mean, we have I think we have like a whole new cast, you know, Donald Glover and
John Oliver, Billy Eichner.
Yeah, just a
Beyonce.
whole new lineup of people doing it. Which I guess will be interesting, but for, you know, a film remake, it's hard to get those other voice actors out of your head when you're listening to it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I could see John Oliver being Zazu.
That's who I kind of assumed he was playing.
Yeah, because Zazu was kind of the comedy relief anyway in the original movie. So that would make sense. He's a little more screamy than Rowan Atkinson is.
Yeah.
John Oliver can really get his voice going.
Rowan Atkinson was more kind of restrained in how he played Zazu.
Yeah. Oh. Very exasperated.
Yeah.
Exasperated, kind of a high British accent. A lot of Blackadder in Zazu.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Which was a fantastic show. If you haven't seen Blackadder, check it out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's a great show.
I didn't really find out about Blackadder until I was well into Monty Python. So I didn't give it the justice that I think it deserves.
I didn't catch it until it was on Netflix, like maybe 3 years ago or so that I saw it, and I started watching it then and really got into it for a while.
Yeah. Rowan Atkinson was doing another Johnny Dangerous or something like that?
I can't remember
the spy movie.
We talked about it though. We watched the trailer.
Yeah, that's right. We did.
Yeah.
You're right. We did. Never mind. You got another one for me? We'll do a couple more and then we'll wrap up.
Research shows that incessant repetition of holiday music leads to brain fatigue.
Oh, yeah?
It's known as the mere exposure effect.
Okay.
So the more we hear holiday music, the more we get tired of hearing it, which seems like such an obvious thing.
Yeah.
But our brain actually gets tired of it and it causes irritability.
Huh. I'm an outlier to that. I could listen to Christmas music all year round.
Really?
Yeah. Depending on which one it is.
The same songs, though? Because this is talking about hearing the same songs.
Depending on which ones they are, yes.
Victoria Williamson, a PhD researcher at Goldsmiths University of London, this is from her paper.
Yeah.
We have a U-shaped relationship to music we like and our subsequent reaction to it. So we hear a song we like, and that's the one tip of the U.
Yeah.
And we hear it more and more, and we like it more and more until it hits that crest. And then we start to get to the point where the song goes the other way. And we get sick of hearing it because we've heard it so much.
Yeah.
That effect happens with Christmas music. It also is there to remind people of holiday stress.
Yeah.
So in that regard, holiday music is terrible.
Well, to be fair, this holiday stress has been created by capitalism and this idea that we have to purchase gifts for everybody during the holiday season.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I mean, if we didn't have this drive for purchase during the holiday season, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all the days in between, and you have to hurry up and get all of this stuff, and then Christmas happening earlier and earlier each year, where they start putting up the Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving even hits,
Mm-hmm.
It's a very apparent thing, period. And then throw the holiday music coming in earlier and earlier as well, and that tying to the reminder that you have to go spend a lot of money that you don't necessarily want to spend on people that you don't necessarily care about. Or you do care about, but you still feel obligated to buy them something.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts. I miss that holiday feel where you just enjoyed, a hot chocolate on a cold day, hanging out with a few people that you cared about, and that was Christmas.
Yeah, well, that was the feeling when you were younger, though, when you didn't have to worry about bills to pay and I still got to buy this for a person.
Well, when I was younger, I enjoyed getting the presents.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So I didn't really have that. That feeling didn't occur to me until I was a young adult. And that's when I was like, I don't really want anything for Christmas. I just want to spend some time, eat some food, just basically another Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
This is a second Thanksgiving, and that's all I want. And now I want snow on my birthday. For those of you who don't know, my birthday's on Christmas. And that's where my love of the holiday music comes from, the older stuff too.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So whenever it was the holiday season and I was working at the mall, I will sing holiday songs through the entire time, all the way up until New Year's.
You were in heaven,
yes.
Pretty much.
Oh, absolutely. I will put on a Santa's hat. I will fucking dye my beard white, give children little tinker toys that they won't appreciate anymore because it's not the new game.
Take your tinker toys, damn it.
Take your tinker toys and get out of here. Ho, 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 you little shit. That's my Santa voice.
That was good.
Thanks. But yeah, so I'm a little different when it comes to that study, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I can see, there are a lot of holiday songs that I do not like.
What about Baby It's Cold Outside?
The date rapey one?
Yeah.
I still like the song, even though I don't necessarily like the way it is anymore.
Yeah, modern times really kind of ruined that song.
Yeah, it did. But, I mean, the tune is still good.
Yeah.
And the back and forth between the singers is still good.
Yeah.
So, content withholding, the song itself is wonderful. But, I mean, he's basically slipping a date rape drug and doesn't want her to leave.
Well, no, we've talked about this on one of our past Christmas episodes. She's just playing coy. That's part of the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Is you had to play, especially in that time, girls had to play kind of coy.
Yeah, yeah. You didn't want to give away the milk for free. You wanted them to buy the cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. To use an old euphemism.
That's a very polite way of putting it, Remington.
Yeah. That was one of the ones that Mom would always say. Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Mm-hmm.
In regard to getting laid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he does talk about getting her tipsy enough to put out.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's Christmas though.
Wow. Treading that line, Brandon.
Yep.
All right, I've got some space news and I've got some Fallout.
Let's do space news.
Okay. We haven't done this in a long time, so maybe I'm a little rusty, but let's get into some space news. So, officially, the InSight Mars lander has landed on Mars, and it has unfurled its solar arrays so it can generate power. And this rover is set to study the interior of Mars over the next 2 years.
Yeah, it has a drill on it.
Yeah. So I've got a picture here. I'll link a couple of these articles going. The InSight lander has a robotic arm that places instruments, including seismometers, on the surface. It has an instrument monitoring camera. It has the seismometers themselves. It has temperature and wind sensors, solar panels, a RISE antenna, which measures the wobble of Mars's north pole as it orbits the sun, which will give clues on the planet's iron-rich core. And it has a heat flow probe that will burrow 5 meters or 16 feet underground to measure the temperature. Also, I don't know what else it has on there. That's just the main tools, I believe, that they talk about.
Yeah, I read a thing about this, and the whole reason it's trying to measure the temperature, from what I understand, is to try to get a better idea of what's at the core.
Yeah. So Mars is considerably smaller than Earth, but they believed that in cosmic time it was once very much Earth-like, with being warm enough to have liquid water, that it probably had an iron core, which caused it to behave very much like Earth did. Obviously would have had a lower gravity because it's smaller.
Yeah.
And I think I feel like there's really kind of this renewed vigor to get to Mars. Like, I think that ebbs and flows almost yearly, but I feel like we're coming back into it where we really want to push to Mars.
Yeah.
And
which I love the idea of.
Yeah. So it landed yesterday. NASA officials said late Monday, NASA received confirmation that the solar arrays were deployed at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, about 5.5 hours after InSight landed on Mars. Quote, "The InSight team can rest a little easier tonight now that we know the spacecraft solar arrays are deployed and recharging the batteries," Tom Hoffman, NASA's InSight project manager here at the agency's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, said in a statement. "It's been a long day for the team, but tomorrow begins an exciting new chapter for InSight, surface operations and the beginning of the instrument deployment phase. Each of InSight's 2 solar wings are 7 feet or 2.2 meters wide. When unfurled, the array gives the lander a wingspan equivalent in size to a, quote, big 1960s convertible," NASA officials said in the same statement. The $850 million InSight mission is designed to probe the interior of Mars with a seismometer, heat probe, and other instruments to study how the planet formed. Mission scientists hope that discoveries from InSight will shed light on the mysteries of Earth's own formation, as well as that of other terrestrial planets. InSight, which is short for Interior Exploration Using Seismic Investigations, Geodesy, and Heat Transport, launched toward the Red Planet on May 5th.
So I wonder if they come up with the name InSight and then decide what it stands for afterwards. They have to, right?
I think it probably goes either way. You don't think that Interior Exploration Using Seismic Investigations, Geodesy, and Heat Transport doesn't flow off the tongue?
No, not quite as well as InSight does.
Well, yeah, but that's because it's a...
acronym?
Yeah, that's the word that I wanted. Them's the good words that we used, did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I love this mission, though.
Yeah.
I love any mission that goes to Mars.
For sure. Well, I mean, our rovers are pretty well spent, so... the one died fairly early on. And did we ever actually get the other one back? It had recently shut down.
I don't know.
I don't remember now. I'm not going to look it up, or for this episode or anything. But if people are interested, I will. Leave a comment.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, if you want to know what happened to the other rover. Because it did shut down, and I cannot remember for the life of me if it came back or not.
If it came back online?
Yeah, if it came back online or not. Or if we actually lost it for good.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, looking into more science and actually getting into the interior, I'm pretty excited about what science we may find.
What if it drills down and it just pulls up like jewelry?
What if it drills down and it pulls up blood?
Oh, God.
What if the planet was living?
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That's way more interesting than my jewelry one.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No, it's fine.
I love blood.
Yeah, no,
I love giant-sized...
I just love the idea now that it drills in and pulls up blood. Turns out the whole core is just blood.
Yeah, that the whole planet is a living entity.
And it's pissed at Earth now.
Yeah, it starts coming towards us with a big old shotgun. Mars is pricked and it's pissed.
Get your ass to Earth.
What is the moon's name? It's not Titan. I don't remember now. Mars's moon.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Never mind. That joke didn't sail.
Yeah, forget it.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
So does that wrap us up?
I just have a quick one here. This is from Kotaku.
Okay.
Talking to an insider at Blizzard who said that Blizzard is developing a mobile-style game.
Yeah?
A mobile game in the style of Pokemon Go, set in the Warcraft universe.
Activision is going to kill Blizzard.
Yeah.
I mean, Blizzard is well known for utilizing technologies. There are a lot of things that they have borrowed, for lack of a better word, from other games. And a lot of times they would borrow it and do it better.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming into this phase where it seems like they're just borrowing stuff and just straight ripping it off.
Yeah.
Especially on the eve of finding out Diablo's mobile counterpart, Diablo Immortal, which we talked about last week.
Yeah, well, and to reiterate here, this isn't announced. This is just coming from an insider talking anonymously to somebody at Kotaku.
Yeah, yeah.
So is it true? Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, that could be as innocuous as somebody who works at the company who is not in that department.
Yeah, who heard this as a rumor themselves.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, I can't say that I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
Nor that it couldn't. I mean, they need to tap into the mobile market. You know, the mobile market is something I think we talked about at one point where, like, a lot of the gaming is happening, like 60% of the sales or something like that was happening in the mobile market.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Of game sales versus PC and console.
Yeah, the mobile market is huge.
Yeah, they don't hold a fucking candle. The PC and the console market does not hold a candle to the mobile market on how much money is being spent.
Yeah.
So, from a consumer standpoint. So, they are still a business and they still need to capitalize on aspects of their market that will make them money. Doesn't mean I want to see it, but from a business perspective, I understand.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
Yeah. I was curious to get your opinion on that story.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Brandon.
You're welcome.
So I think that goes ahead and wraps us up. I had a Fallout one. It's real quick. Fallout 76 in December. They are bringing some updates because apparently I have heard people who love Fallout 76. I have heard people who do not like Fallout 76. You are more of the camp of you're not really interested in it because it's an MMO RPG basically.
Right.
And that's not why you played Fallout.
Exactly. I played it for the single player experience.
Yeah. But apart from that, apparently they've had quite a few bugs and stuff. They're going to be rolling out some fixes. December 4th and December 11th, fixing some of the bugs such as bosses not dropping enough loot, respawning when encumbered, dumping you back at Vault 76, being forever trapped in a suit of power armor.
Yeah.
Players moving at a crawl for 2 full hours when zapped with a cryolator.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So just a few tiny minor bugs.
Yeah, just little stuff.
Little things. Just some quality of life improvements. But yeah, that was my last one. If you had any questions or comments or you'd like to hear yourself on air, you can call us at 978-DU-OGRES. That's 978-386-4737. You can also reach us on Twitter at Dueling Ogres, email us at duelingogres@gmail.com, or leave a comment on the Facebook page. Did we have comments?
We had a comment.
Terry?
Yep.
The beautiful, unrelenting Viscount Terry W. Irvin II.
Viscount Terry W. Irvin II commented and said, "The Toy Story trailers pretty much don't show much other than a kind of reminder, nostalgia factor that the characters are still around and something new is in the works. I thought the Toy Story 3 furnace scene was maybe a bit intense for little kids. I'll agree with that. It was pretty fucking intense.
Yeah.
Also, minor issue, Rim, but there is a difference between a fork and a spork. Your elementary school must have been old school and still went with plastic forks and spoons."
Listen, Terry, I was not paying close enough attention to realize that it was a spork, okay? That's all. That's all this was.
Also,
just an oversight on my account.
You told me to remind you that we had a call.
Oh, we did have a call. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm not going to lie. I'm not 100% sure who this call was from. It could have been Dave. It could have been maybe one of the other guys, one of the other podcasters who also listens to us. I'm not 100% sure because they didn't say their name.
Okay.
So we're going to listen to it. And apologies for not knowing your voice.
Hi, Ogres. I was really wanting to hear more about the Tim Hortons chili because my go-to fast food chili is Wendy's, and I want to know what's the lowdown on Tim Hortons. Sorry, Rim. And also the spanakopita stuff. Yeah, Greek, but my girlfriend worked at a Greek restaurant for a couple of years, and she used to speak about how the best spanakopita had to be really mashed down between layers to get as much water out of the spinach and stuff as possible to get the yield for the best, absolute tastiest spanakopita. So there's a little tidbit if you want to try to make it on your own.
So thank you so much for the call. Next time, do me a solid and leave your name. I couldn't tell from the voice if it was Ronnie Adams. Brandon thought it kind of sounded like Jesse. I'm pretty sure it's not Dave.
No, it's not Dave.
Yeah, it's not Dave. But I think it was Ronnie. I feel like it was Ronnie. So we'll take bets.
Yeah, because I feel like it was Jesse.
We'll take bets. And then you let us know in a comment or call us again and let us know who you are.
Exactly.
It's been 2 weeks. I don't remember. What was the Tim Hortons? Oh, we were talking about Tim Hortons chili cleaning me out.
Yeah.
And being sick in general. Wendy's chili was always a little just watery to me. It always seemed like the Tim Hortons had a little more oomph, a little more chutzpah to it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a little more shit in its pants. Or at least it did when I was done with it. It was a poop joke. Tim Hortons, there for a while, I mean, it had a lot of good vegetables and stuff, and it had the I think it had like peppers, and it had beans, of course, and it had mushrooms in it as well. I mean, it was a well-rounded chili. It had a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Including meat and such. And I would always have them add cheese, and I would also break up just a Blue Million crackers into it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
make it like a gumbo.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've never really been a big fan of the Wendy's chili. The Wendy's chili also tended to give me a whole lot of heartburn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just because they used the burgers that, had timed out and would just
to make the chili.
Yeah, and would just grind them up and throw them into the chili.
It is one of the things with the least amount of calories you can get from Wendy's, though.
That's true. Man, now I want a Wendy's baked potato, though. Oh, damn, like a bacon baked potato.
Oh, yeah.
I'm drooling a little bit, guys. Sorry. Very interesting that girlfriend worked at a Greek restaurant and made spanakopita, though.
Yeah.
I will probably... The spanakopita was okay. I'm sure handmade spanakopita would be a whole lot better.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sure. Like, hands down. I will probably never venture down that culinary road. Unless, for some reason, Ginger and I break up and I start dating some Greek woman.
And then you're making her Greek food?
And then I would be making her Greek food.
Okay.
In order to get more in touch with her heritage, her lineage.
That's sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be the only reason that I'd do it.
Mm.
Yeah. It's just like, I learned how to make creme brulee because that's Ginger's favorite dessert.
Yeah.
So
I learned to make baklava for a girl I was dating in high school.
Yeah. Food quickest way to anybody's heart is through their stomach.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a man's heart, it's anybody's stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Let us know who you were. That way I don't look like an asshole. Or if you want to keep me looking like an asshole, that's fine too. And thank you, Terry, for the comment on Facebook. Make sure to subscribe on our website at duelingogres.com for news, shows, and articles pertaining to some of your favorite geek news. I just send out a mailer once a month. It's no big thing. You just put in your email, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's easy. It's easy and gentle. Mostly the podcast episodes occasionally get an article. Amanda hasn't written one for a little while. I haven't touched bases with her to see what is up. We did recently have Mumfrey write one out for us. This is his, I don't know if it's his second time back to ArcadeCon.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. I've never actually heard it said.
Yeah, neither have I.
But it is his second article for the gaming convention.
Okay.
So it's a board game / tabletop RPG convention. Very interesting and neat to see like a lot of the creators of these games show up, and you get to like really pick their brains on what was their idea behind the game. He doesn't pull any punches either. There was one game that I love this little tidbit. The designer of the game made it so he could play with his dad who was blind. Did you read the article at all?
No, I haven't read it.
Oh, you'll have to read it. So it was a really sweet, like, you know, I made this game so I could play with my dad, but Mumford was like, at the same time, it was really hard to play. I'm putting it nicely the way he wrote it. Yeah. He wasn't shitty about it, but he was like, yeah, this was not fun to play. So, yeah, I like a refreshing take where people just aren't gushing over everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I will read that article tonight while I take my nightly bath.
I thought you were going to say poop for a second.
No.
Which I would have been okay with as well. And finally, be sure to hit us up on anywhere you can find a podcast, including YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify. What's that other one? Stitcher. We're on Stitcher.
Mm-hmm.
The Google stuff. Google Podcasts. You can find us over there.
Yeah. We are everywhere.
Super everywhere. Even on
Legion.
iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes.
Whoa, we're Legion?
Yes.
You know, that phrase, for some reason, has always stuck poorly with me. Like, I always get a little creeped out when somebody says we are Legion. Because it's, I always think of a demon.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the demons they're all like a hive mind interconnected, and it's creepy to me.
Yeah, that's what we are. We're a demonic hive mind.
News to me.
Oh, yeah, you got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
I'll fill you in after
Did
the
not
show.
get those memos. I'll fill you in during the blood ritual. But you can also find us on iTunes, speaking of blood rituals. all you Apple owners.
With your Apple blood rituals.
Yeah, your Apple blood rituals every time a new device comes out. You can get us on that brand new hot device made on the blood of Chinese factories. Didn't know where I was going to go with that.
Yeah, I thought you were
the blood of children.
Going virgins or something.
Could be anywhere, you know. No, I'm sticking a little true to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of blood from children in those phones.
Yeah. Exactly.
And all of our phones, really.
Yeah, all of them. All technology is filled with blood.
Mm-hmm.
You can find us on iTunes and leave us a 5-star review as we shit all over our device choices. Technology made with blood.
Mm-hmm. Just like Mars.
Just like Mars used to be. Until we poked a hole in it with technology.
Made with blood.
Made with blood. It's circular.
Yeah, it is. It's an Ouroboros.
It's the circle of life.
I'm just waiting for you to be done.
I figured you were going to cut me off and do the ending.
No.
Oh.
No, you always do this, so until next week.
So until next week, Ogres, keep your clubs blunt.
And your tusks sharp.
Good night.
It's a circle of life.
And baby shimmer to the best near to pay for more till we find our pick on the mathematics. It's okay if you don't sing the words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Pump the jam, pump it up. That's all I know of it.
That's all that you need to know of it.
Okay, good. I also like that she was a brunette. This is a little older version of her. This is a considerably younger version of her. Like, I don't know how young she is in that picture. Probably too young. I'll probably cut that part out.
Yeah.
That sounded weird.
Yeah, it did. Probably too young. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.